Good morning, students, and welcome to Monetary Economics class taken by Pratap Hegde. Today, we are going to start a new topic and new unit called Value of Money. So, value of money refers to the purchasing power of money in short. It is the capacity of a currency or a money unit to purchase goods and services. So, it is stated as the quantity of commodities and services which can be bought with the unit of money. Generally, it is the capacity of money to buy goods and services. The value of money depends on the general price level of the commodities. Therefore, those two are inversely related. The value of money and the prices of goods and services are inversely related. There is a negative relationship between this value of money and the price level. Therefore, when the price of general commodities and services increases, the value of money or the purchasing power of money decreases. And when the price of money when the price of goods and services decreases, the value of money or the purchasing power of money increases. So symbolically, we can express this inverse relationship as Vm is equal to 1 by P. 1 by P because the relationship is inverse between these two, where Vm is short form for value of money and P is the general price level. So how do we measure the value of money? The value of money varies directly with the price level. Therefore, the value of money goes on changing over different time period. So by measuring the changes in the price level, we can easily measure the value of money. The changes in price level can be measured with the help of index numbers. When there is inflation, the value of money decreases as I already told. When the prices of goods and services increases, the value of money decreases. Therefore, in the situation of inflation, the value of money tends to decrease. So in order to control this inflation and also in order to increase the purchasing power or the value of money, our central bank, the RBI, takes control and takes many measures to increase the value of money, like the alterations in the taxation system and also much more mechanisms which tend to increase the value of money. So here we understand that the purchasing power is the amount of goods or services that a unit of currency can buy at a given point of time. And the second important lesson we learnt here is inflation tends to erode the purchasing power of a currency over time. Erode means shred or decrease. Therefore, inflation tends to decrease the purchasing power of a currency. And the central bank, in India's case, RBI, keeps prices stable through maintaining the purchasing power of the currency by setting interest rates high or low and through other mechanisms. And as I told, the value of money or the purchasing power of money can be measured with the help of index numbers, and we are going to study further the meaning of index numbers and how index numbers are used in order to find the value of money in our topic. So the meaning of index numbers: it is a statistical device or statistical tool which is used to estimate the changes in economic phenomenon. It is a pure number and we can construct index numbers for different purposes. the index numbers are of many uses. For example, there is price index, there is employment index, there is income index, there is unemployment index. So there are many types of index numbers which we use in our day-to-day life. This is the most useful device for measuring changes in the price level. So the index numbers are pure number. Index numbers do not hold any unit of measurement like kilos or percentages or meters or centimeters or rupees, like that. So it is just pure number. So there is no exact or accurate unit of account for expressing the index numbers. In most countries, index numbers are used to measure inflation, each focusing on the prices of a collection of goods and services important to the particular segment of the economy. A price index is a measure of price changes using a percentage scale. So a price index can be based on the price of a single item, or maybe it is based on the selected group of items. So we can use index numbers to measure the changes in the price of a single commodity, or we can group certain important commodities and measure the overall changes in the prices of these commodities. So there are different types of index numbers, and here we are going to study the price index number, which means it measures the changes in price level of the commodities in the current year over the base year. So the current year means the whichever year we want to understand the changes in the price level, and the base year is the year which we are keeping as the base, or which we are keeping as the measurement of understanding. So base year is the previous year or the past year which we are keeping in order to understand the change of the price level in the current year. So I think this is enough for the day here, and we are going to study further the types of index numbers and how the index numbers are constructed, and how the price level or the changes in the price level and the changes in the value of money is being calculated. So in the next class we are going to understand different types of index numbers, the different steps in the construction of price index number, then giving the weightages to the commodities, and then later the construction of consumer price index numbers. And also we are going to study about the uses of index numbers, and also the difficulties in the construction of price index numbers. Then later on we are going to study the different theories of value of money. So we are going to study two different approaches or two different theories of value of money. That is, the first one, the cash transactions approach, developed by Professor Irving Fisher, and the second theory, which is the cash balance approach. So in the next video we are going to study all these topics related to the value of money. Thank you.